SaberX Studios presents.
Good luck.
If you're free to go ahead and open these while I'm doing the intro.
Oh, I mean, I'm opening this juice right now.
Oh man! All right. Well, welcome everybody to the show. The first ever episode of Juice It Up. My guest here today is, of course, going to be Miles Kamikaze Ify.
Yes.
And I appreciate you so much for coming in because, I was really worried, asking people to do this first show that they were going to be really skeptical,
Oh, really?
Because it's a first show. They don't really know me. They don't know, I've been in radio for a few years. And especially with a name like Juice It Up, they're kind of like, who? Like, if I'm asking someone out of state, they're like, who the heck is this kid?
Yeah, it's like, wait, what is this? Yeah, I get it.
Do you even know what Juice It Up is?
No, you gotta explain it to me.
Okay. So to explain it, I really have to go all the way back to the beginning of I wouldn't say the beginning, but back in Smash 4, right?
Yeah.
I would, there was a great friend of mine, his name is Alfonso. Shouts to him if he's watching this. And we would play each other in tournaments. And it would always happen where he would body me game 1, and then game 2, I would completely do the exact opposite and then keep the momentum. And he was just, I was like, I don't know what happened. I just turned it around somehow. And he was like, man, you turned up the juice. And then I was like, I juiced it up, I guess. And so we started being doubles partners. And so before each match, we would, fist bump each other and, hey, let's juice it up. And that was our thing.
I see. So that's the trend.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
And
what started it all.
and so we stopped being partners, but I still, before every doubles game, to my partner, I'll fist bump him and say, let's juice it up. So to me, it's sort of it's camaraderie, let's do our best, but have a fun time.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit like that. Do you have anything like that you?
So yeah, actually I do. So one of my, I think, fatality, or I mean, we call him Griffin back home, but me and him, every time we do doubles, it's just always silliness. We take it serious, but at definitely a fun level. And sometimes before we start, it's like, let's get it, baby.
Let's get it, baby.
let's do it.
That's the new name of the podcast.
Yes. And then sometimes we even had a chant. It's like, let's go.
That's just doing that stuff with friends and,
Yeah.
and getting those handshakes and those little catchphrases that are funny that you guys laugh at all the time.
Yeah, I mean, that's just I don't know. That's just what creates that bond. It's what makes doubles fun.
Yeah, and that's really what Smash has always been about for me. Has been the
Yeah.
community part, especially hanging out with friends and stuff. Man, this juice is really hard.
I know, man,
I've been
look,
working on.
so I
should have gone
stabbing.
with the Capri Sun like you.
I know, it's all good.
Okay, I'm getting it. I'm working on it.
No, man,
No, but so I was also worried that you couldn't be on the podcast because when I was asking you about it earlier, you were like, "Yeah, I don't know. It's been a really busy week." And,
Yeah.
and you work at Audi.
yeah.
So I mean, is it just been busy there? I mean, I know you've been doing Smash stuff too.
So it's the end of the year for Audi. And so if anybody knows Highline Luxury auto sales, the end of the year is the time. So it was super busy. Open close. Luckily I open, and I usually hang out till 2. But immediately after 2, I have an hour and a half commute home, and then I have the event setups. Just relaxing, just downtime if I can. It's just that almost nonstop running around every day.
Well, that's absolutely crazy because you are one of the prominent figureheads in the Georgia scene. I'm on the Facebook page, and every time I see a post, it's from you. You're always posting stuff about events, and I don't know if you're TOing the events, but you're just so involved in this, so involved in the community, and you're also working hard at this job, and
Yeah.
and you're also trying to be a player, and also trying to run stream. You're doing all these things at once. And I gotta ask you, how do you do it? Because that seems like a lot to do.
So it's not easy. I'm not gonna say it is easy. It takes a lot of teamwork, a lot of focus, a lot of execution. I'd probably say that if we could boil it down to anything, it's just really execution. It's just making sure that the things you know how to do, you do them well every single time. So if it's a stream, I know how to set it up, how much time I need to set it up, how how my video needs to look, how my audio needs to look. If I don't have time, okay, what do I have time to to set up? If it's a tournament, okay, how many people are going to be there? Do I have setups? I mean, are all my setups ready? Who's going to be helping me out with the event, making sure I have adequate staff, and so on and so forth. But as far as being a TO player and streamer, I wish that upon nobody.
I mean, it's a lot.
It is.
It is a lot. And so I bet there's plenty of times you have to like give up one of those to do the other two.
Yeah, and even when I'm playing, whether I realize it or not, a lot of time I'm actually like sacrificing kind of like the my own gameplay, because while playing, I'm kind of like, oh man, I need to report this match, but I'm also playing right now, so I need to report this match. But and then my other TO, they might be playing a match, because I mean, if somebody's TOing or helping me TO the event, I want them to enjoy the event too. So I mean, I do it a little different. I would rather overstaff so everybody can have like a little bit to do, and then just be able to play and hang out, versus everybody just be running around crazy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I mean, so if everybody's busy playing, it's like, okay, well, I need to report this match. So it gets a little tough at times. It's still fun. I'll say that it's still fun overall, but I mean, it gets a little tough.
Well, I mean, I can relate to that because I'm probably one of the bigger commentators in Tennessee, and especially in my Smash 4 days, I put a lot of time into commentating and effort into doing that and being a player. And I would go to tournaments and I would, be playing matches for tournament. And then when I wasn't doing that, I was essentially being put on commentary. So I never got to play a whole lot of friendlies with anyone. And it was just a different experience all around. And it's sort of, it wore on me because I wanted to play more. And so eventually, you don't see me on, or pretty much, long story short, you don't see me on commentary as much because I like playing more than I do commentating.
Yeah.
Although I'm good at both. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, relatively good in Tennessee for for that. We're not the best state here, but I'm sure Georgia's proved that plenty of times.
Yeah. I mean, I think, I'm definitely a player first. And I would probably say, I would want to say I'm a TO second, but it's kind of the roles have kind of switched and reversed lately. It's been more of a TO and then a player, just because the impact I have, with the people that come to the tournaments. I want to make sure that, they have a good time when they come to the tournaments. So sometimes I have to sacrifice, playing just so everybody else can, have a, good or great event. So I actually been keeping it way more casual for me. So if I'm playing in bracket, I'm not taking it as serious as I used to, because I realize trying to take it that serious and play would drive me a little insane. I can't try to be top 10, top 15 in Georgia, and also run events and also run a stream to upload VODs the next day to go to somebody else's event to stream their event and record to upload their VODs. It was just too much.
You gotta stay sane somehow, man.
Yeah. So definitely keeping it casual.
So you would say playing is probably your favorite aspect of doing that? Like, you said you've grown more into the TO role, but you still love to play.
Yeah, I love to play. I mean, I'm probably one of the most casual players in Georgia. I will easily throw on items in a free for all match. We have a setting called balls and bumpers, where we literally play with soccer balls, beast balls, and bumpers, and we just go at it.
That sounds really fun. Actually,
Yes.
Tennessee, I forget who came up with it. We have a casual, it's sort of casual, not really, mode, and we call it Temple Tag. And essentially what you do is you are on Hyrule Temple, and it's tag. You choose characters, and then you like hit someone, and then you run away for them. for, like,
so see,
and so it's sort of like our hidden game mode that I wish we like popped off more at. Like, I wish we could have done that at like KIT or something like that.
like my thing is like, as much as I love tournaments and as much as I love going, I mean, I would show up, just as much for, casual play, just stuff like that. Like, hey, let's just play with items. Let's just have fun, no tournament or whatever. I mean, I'd love to just do game modes like that all day, all day long.
So what do you say the hardest part is about, juggling all that? I mean, I know it's a lot on your plate, but like, can you be specific about exactly why it's such a struggle?
Most of the time it's prioritization. Just making sure you are prioritizing what you need to. And what I mean by that is a lot of times you run out of time throughout the day. So, you're left with overdue tasks or you're left with unfinished tasks. So you need to make sure that whatever is overdue or unfinished, it's not going to impact you later. And by that I mean, okay, if I didn't upload my VODs tonight, is it gonna affect me tomorrow? Is my storage on on my computer full? And if I go to try to run this event, am I gonna be able to record VODs? Stuff like that. Did I set up my event page for the next week's event? If I didn't do that, okay, now people don't even know the event's showing up. Did I, it's just like little stuff like that. Is my, challenge or Smash GG set up? It's just little things, just, preparation and just prioritization of your tasks through. It's not even every day. It's just really through the week. I mean, I have a planner for my entire first quarter for the first 3 months of every single weekend. I'm almost booked. Over half of the weekends I'm booked.
Wow.
And so what I did is I just wrote everything down and I just prioritized which ones need the most attention, which one can I knock out right now, which one can I do later. I mean, that's just all it comes down to.
Well, I mean, that's super in depth. I wasn't even expecting that much. What sort of like led you to sort of become this figurehead in Georgia?
It was an accident. It's definitely not on purpose.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just it was a passion of just playing the game. I obviously started off in Smash 4. I wasn't working at the time. It was like, oh man, this is awesome. I was playing For Glory for the longest time, and then one day I just happened to stumble across a stream, and there was Zero and I think Nairo, and I was like, whoa, this is insane. I wonder if there's something like this close to me. So I Googled, it's like, oh, there's a whole Smash scene. There's one in Georgia too. And so I ended up playing, ended up being a competitive player for like 2 years before I even started TOing. I moved to Atlanta, and we were actually, Smash 4 was on decline, and that is when I took it upon myself and was like, okay, well, I live in Atlanta. There's no tournaments near me. I want to do something. So I hosted my first tournament, I think December of 2017. Hosted my first tournament in Atlanta, and that's why we called it Smash Atlanta, because that's where we were. We just did it. We called it Smash Atlanta. Had like 7 to 9 people show up. It was fun. I had, friends bringing tables and stuff. I bought like 30 IKEA chairs from like Craigslist or something. Like I didn't know. It was just something I wanted to do, because I was just like, got tired of just, nothing happening. So I did it. It was pretty good. Did another one. Even more people came. We had like Georgia State, Georgia Tech students. It was almost like a rivalry going on in my own apartment. And then it got to the point where it was too many people. So that was actually the first time when I went to go look for my first venue. Was Midtown Tavern, which was like right down the street in Midtown. I asked as went down the street. I was like, hey, do y'all have an interest in hosting Smash events? They're like, I don't know what you're talking about. And that's what the owner said. It's like, it was like, well, we're hosting gaming tournaments, college students come, we just have a pot, blah, 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 so on and so forth. And like, yeah, I mean, that sounds interesting. We'll just talk to the bar manager. I found out the bar manager loves Smash, and he's all for it.
That's how you do it.
Yeah,
man.
exactly. I had no idea. He's making flyers for the event. He's theming drinks after the event. He's like, we have like food and drink menus. It was just a fun time. So, I mean, that's kind of like how I just fell into the role of TOing, and then ever since it just kept growing and growing and growing, and then just kind of ended up where it is now.
Well, I love that story, especially because not all like TOs, when they start off, that's an incredible start off point for you. But for me, it wasn't, you don't see me as a TO, and not anymore for a good reason. But I used to, I went to college at UT Martin, and there wasn't a scene there. And that was one of the big like downsides for going there for me, because there wasn't a Smash scene. So I did what a normal person would do, and I'd made my own, right?
Yeah.
And I would try to get people to events and stuff. And it was still alive while I was there, like barely, like hanging on by a thread. And I was trying to do a bunch of stuff for it. And the school supported me, and but as soon as I left, essentially, it crumbled. So, I mean, you sort of take for granted, maybe, I guess, some of the people in your scene that do that sort of work to keep the scene alive. And especially you talking right now, you're talking about, you're so community driven, which I love, and I feel like we need more people like that in the community.
Well, we have a lot of people like that in our community, so it's not just me. I mean, we have like just a whole bunch of people. I mean, we have like the people at 404. I mean, we have people like.
Well, I'm not saying we don't have people.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just saying but I agree. I mean, we definitely need more people like
there's
that.
an immense deficit on the people who care in this community.
I just want to make sure we're not leaving anybody out. I don't want anybody to think I'm just the only one. No. There's a lot of influential people out there too.
Well, just you saying that says a lot about your character for sure, and how much this community means to you. So I mean, I'm sure all of Georgia really appreciates the work you do. And the Facebook page, keeping that active, constantly putting posts. Like you got to KIT today. Mm-hmm. And I saw a notification on my phone that you posted like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I did.
And you got there in the Georgia Facebook page. So you were just so committed to that. Like after you already arrived in a different state, that you were just like, hey guys, don't forget about this thing that's happening. Like,
yeah, it's a little bit last minute, but I mean, we're just trying to squeeze in another event this Saturday, especially because I mean, I feel like if it's a Saturday, there should be a tournament. Like, just no ifs, ands, or buts. I get that people want breaks. If you want a break, stay home. But I mean, if it's a Saturday, a lot of people that really only have Smash and they only have the Smash community, and they consider it a family. So imagine just going like a whole week, like 2 weeks without seeing your family. I mean, that's just like, man, that's insane. So I actually got help. This guy named we have a guy named Eden. He's a super nice dude. He's gonna help me run this tournament while I'm here. And that's kind of been the thing. He's been helping me with a couple of my tournaments over in Atlanta, Walt, which has been like relieving a huge burden off of me because it's about an hour from me. I mean, I'm driving an hour and some change to these events, so any help is appreciated. So I really appreciate him. Yeah.
Speaking of help, I noticed you tweeted out, you might post on Facebook too, about wanting some like event page manager and like event advertisers. Did you find someone to fill that role?
Yeah, I did. It actually happened as far as the event page manager, found it in like less than 10 minutes. They found me. It was actually somebody I used to work with. We had a pretty decent relationship. They worked over at Axis, and then after I think they just wanted to focus on school, they left. They actually ended up having more free time. And they're like, hey, I saw your post on Twitter. I can help you with that. And I was like, that's amazing because you helped me out at Axis and you already know how it is working with me. Mm-hmm. And then so immediately it just clicked. I was like, cool, this makes sense. I don't even need a resume, nothing. This just makes sense.
You're hired.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, cool. But overall, I mean, I'm also looking for fan page manager, advertiser, and actually, somebody to help with setup rentals and so on and so forth. Because, I mean, from where we were when we started and where we are now is just completely different than what I thought. I wouldn't thought I had 12 Smash setups that I'm renting out to the Georgia and greater scene. I mean, I have setups going to Florida next month. I have one going to Kentucky next weekend. I mean, it's like so on and so forth. So it's only me doing it. That's why I wanted to, just get more people so I can free up my time to do other things. That's why I'm mainly looking for other people.
Yeah, no, do you even have free time to play other games, or are you just still?
I wish to play other games. I mean, so Smash is by far my favorite game. So I mean, if I get to play it, I'm happy. So I mean, it's kind of funny because I feel like I've only played maybe 15% of Smash because all I do is just go into the either play online or I just go straight to the Smash mode and do 1v1 3 stock, and I completely forget there's a
whole other game,
1,000 other modes that soccer I made for it. Just stamina and then meter battles and so on and so forth. I was I haven't even explored this game yet. So
you should at least play Word of Light so you can change that menu music.
Yes, I should, and I haven't even finished it. I mean, I think the problem was people discouraged me after they told me it took them 18 hours or more to finish it, and I was like, oh.
Well, I think a lot of them didn't like it because they just were doing it, and rushing through it as fast as they could so they can get to the actual smashing. And I just took my sweet time and just had fun. I just had a ball.
So when I started playing it, I mean, I would say this, it was pretty fun. And I don't know, I just never finished it. And then I'm actually kind of sad because every time I turn it on, I have the same menu music. So maybe that's something I need to go back to.
That's the bane of all tournaments is the menu music, because they're all pre-bought setups, and you can't beat story mode in every single one of them.
No, you can't, and that's the problem I have. I'm like, oh, there's 12 setups. I'm just gonna do one. That's it. I'm just gonna do one.
But you need more free time so you can play other games. So,
yeah, I do.
So if you're interested in any positions, Kamikaze is open. Just send him a message at is that Kamikaze on Twitter.
Please,
and
please. I'm looking for like anything that just helps me out. I mean, I'm even looking for somebody just to help retitle VODs. You know, just little stuff like that. Because I mean, hopping on YouTube and changing the title of VODs, you wouldn't guess like that actually takes actual time. People,
it's just tedious work. Like it's not hard. It's just very tedious. And someone's got to do it, unfortunately.
Yeah, somebody does. And I mean, I don't mind paying the people to do it. I mean, especially if they're helping me out. Because eventually that just means that it frees me up to do more stuff. And then they get more work. And then those people get to spend money on whatever they want to spend money on. I don't care. I like everybody making money. Like, that's the best part. I was like, okay, whatever.
So once you start getting people to help you out and you have free time, it's a new decade. So are there any games from this past decade that you kind of want to visit that you didn't really get a chance to?
The past decade. So I'm trying to think of what came out in 2010 or later that
I've only got recent stuff on the brain.
Yeah, so that's my thing. Like when people say 2010, and oh, you know what? Call of Duty all day long. Yes, Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
You want to just go through the list of all the Call of Duties, and you want just not just multiplayer, but like story modes.
So I
just
think
go through each one.
Well, to be fair, Black Ops and then Black Ops 2 were my favorite. I think Modern Warfare was pre 2010, so I can't necessarily put that as the last decade. But Black Ops 2, like I would stay up 4 a.m., 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Like if they were to redo it and then made a new online community where people just hop in the lobby and play again, just like the good old days. Man, I would be in heaven. I would be in heaven.
Yeah, no, I remember I used to play back on the Wii. I used to
man.
play Black Ops because we didn't have an Xbox.
Yeah.
Finally convinced our mom to get an Xbox, and she wouldn't let us get Call of Duty on the Xbox. We had to get Halo, and that was when Halo Reach came out. Halo Reach was really a solid game. I don't think that came out this decade, but it just got released on PC.
It did.
So that is a game of the decade.
It counts. It counts.
I know a lot of Smashers are excited about that. Probably one of my favorite games, and I don't play a whole lot of Zelda games, but I'm gonna
have to juice it up. I'm already out.
Dude, that's why I got you a second one, my dude. You're good.
You saying you played Zelda?
Yeah, no, I usually don't. I dabbled with Wind Waker a little bit. I wasn't a huge fan. And then when the HD remake came out on the Wii U, I played that, and that was so much fun. And then when Breath of the Wild came out, and I was like, this is just a better version of Wind Waker. Like, why would I not buy that? And so I finally eventually bought it like half a year after it came out on the Switch. And oh my gosh, that game's amazing.
Yeah, I mean so I'm gonna be one of the people. I didn't play it. It's a surprise to many, but it just became a time aspect.
See, so if you're upset at that, you need to get him some help right now so we can visit that.
If it was on my Switch, I probably would have played it. I just never went out of my way to buy it and download it. You know what?
It's such a fun experience.
It is. I did get Mario Tennis and Mario Kart.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Mario Kart is excusable, but Mario Tennis
I don't think
before Breath of the Wild. Do you even have Odyssey?
Nope.
Oh my god, you're canceled. Speaking of people who should be canceled, I apparently bought a camera that only records footage in chunks of 4 gigabytes, which isn't long enough for a 30-minute podcast like I was planning on. So unfortunately, that is where the video cuts out. However, since I record audio and video separate, I still have the rest of this incredible interview with Kamikaze. So without further ado, please enjoy. Okay, Mario Kart is excusable, but Mario Tennis
I don't think
before Breath of the Wild. Do you even have Odyssey?
Nope.
Oh my god, you're canceled.
So I was like, see, if I had, I'm probably gonna hire a driver too. So if anybody wants to, apply for the driver position, because I'd free up
Just
some
be
time.
your chauffeur.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to be driven around. I'm driving myself. I mean, like, then I could sit on the side and just play all these games. That would save me like 2 hours a day. Can you imagine if I just had 2 hours a day to beat games? That'd be great.
You just commute so far for your job, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's probably like an hour and a half plus. I mean, just with everyday traffic. Try to.
You should need to hire someone to do everything for you. You know, brush your teeth, drive your car, make your breakfast. You know,
I do. I'm working on it. I mean, just any help anywhere. That's all I want. That's all I
as soon
want
as you
is
get that
time.
esports money, man. It's
Right.
It's all,
The problem is that once you get that esports money, they want that esports attention, and then you spending that time that you're saving on other stuff.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's a side of it that I haven't even thought about. I'm just waiting for the money to roll in. And
Oh
then-
yeah, it comes. It's unexpected, but it comes.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're looking back at you like Call of Duty, and
Mm-hmm.
we talked about some of the games. What are some games that maybe you're excited to come out in the future? Like, is there anything that's caught your eye?
That is honestly, whenever Halo, like you said, Halo 2 comes out for the PC.
It's over.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I can't even imagine like how much time I'm going to be spending just playing that. A game that I wanted to play that has come out already, Mario Sonic Olympic Games.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna fault you on that because
Yeah.
those games can actually be really
Yes,
fun.
exactly. I haven't tried it. Apparently, it might be a really good party game. I want.
You haven't tried any of them?
Well, I haven't had time. I haven't had a chance to just even download
That's
it to my
fair.
Switch.
I got like the 12 I think Olympic Games on the I think that was the Wii, and then they had some on the DSs and the 3DSs, and they crank those out. Of course, I mean it's the Olympics. It's every couple of years.
Yeah.
Those babies come out. Here's a game I've loved, and it's actually going to be released on the Switch, hopefully this year. Is Rivals of Aether? Have you ever tried that?
Yes. I played it. Played on PC plenty of times.
Yeah.
And then the fact that they've gotten to the point where they're going to a major console. I mean, that's.
Well, they've already been on
impressive.
Xbox, and they've
Oh,
already
okay,
been on
okay.
PS4. No, I think it's just Xbox. But they've. I think it's been for the past year. The creator Dan has been like, "Yeah, we're gonna be on Switch soon, guys," and then it's sort of like a running joke in the Rivals community that
Yes.
it just hasn't gotten to that point yet. Like, I don't.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, last time I mean I could be incorrect on this. Last time they were just like doing some online testing and then just testing in different parts of like the United States. If I'm not mistaken, that's the last time I heard. So it seemed like they're going. It's just probably not the pace that they want.
Honestly, I think it's gonna be a really good alternative to online Smash.
Yeah.
If they get that online right, because that right now I have Nintendo Online, but I haven't even tried playing Smash Online because first off, Smash 4 Online frustrated me super
okay,
hard,
so-
and that was better than this.
Yes.
So I'm just
Well,
like, why would I even
so-
go online?
It's hard to say if it's better. I think Smash Ultimate, as far as the lobby
As an
making-
online service,
Yes.
it's better. It has
Okay.
better connection. Sorry,
Okay.
that's what I mean when I say better.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, if you're saying like connection, okay, sure, then that would probably make sense. But as far as just the matchmaking, I guess Ultimate has a little better because it just makes it's just easier to organize, and you don't have to add people to play with them anymore. You can just send them an arena ID. So much easier than just hey, add me. Okay, cool. Now invite me to a game. Okay, now I was like, look, here's my arena ID. Here's my
Jump
password.
through some hoops.
Yes, exactly. Hop in my lobby. If you get 3 stocked, you get kicked. That's the rule. that's it. Just run it real fast and look. If you get 3 stocked, you're done. I'm sorry.
So you run streams for events. Do you ever run streams like personal streams?
Yeah, but a lot of this, my personal stream equipment, piggybacked onto my equipment that I use for tournaments. So it became a little cumbersome to set up at tournament and then to bring it home and then set it up a personal stream. So
Yeah.
I usually just leave it all packed. I mean, every once in a while I'll do a personal stream. I think the last personal stream I did was like Overcooked.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So I think that was like my last personal stream was like Overcooked. I mean, I played that for a little while. I mean, that was pretty fun. And then probably maybe like 20, 25 minutes later, I was like, oh man, I'm exhausted. I'm beat.
So I think unfortunately we're running out of time here,
Yeah.
Kamikaze. But like, is there anything else you want to add? You want to say to your fans?
I mean, no, I just really appreciate anybody that's supported me this far. I mean, I couldn't be here without them. I
Yeah.
mean, so without a them, there is no me. I mean, that's the best part.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for joining me on Juice It Up.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
You guys can probably tell that I had realized at that point the camera was off, so I was trying to wrap up pretty quickly. But fortunately enough, the episode still turned out fantastic. Big thanks to Kamikaze again for coming out all the way from Georgia. being the first ever podcast guest on Juice It Up. Make sure to follow him on Twitter at isthatkamikaze, or check out that Twitch channel, twitch.tv/SmashAtlanta. Also, a big shout out to Team ChartShot, and thanks to them for supporting this channel. They also ran KIT 2020 and did a phenomenal job. I know I had a blast. And if you're wondering about any of the VODs for Tennessee's biggest premier tournament of the year, they'll be on Team ChartShot's YouTube channel within about a week or so make sure to watch out for that. I'll have a link for it in the description below, along with everything else. And last but not least, big thanks to you for choosing to juice it up. I'm not perfect, and I'm still trying to get better, so let me know the feedback, whether you like the podcast or not, in the comments below. Until next week, I'll see you around.